regardless, we should, fingers crossed, be good to go for the rest of the evening. So we've got Doc coming up against Dangus, so what I'm assuming will be Ronin Takeda versus, again, War God Kotal Khan like we saw from Dangus just now.
Okay, so I mean, what we're doing right now is we're waiting for these guys to check their buttons, making sure they're all good to go. Just to remind you guys at home, the Challenger Cup is a separate thing from the ESL MKX Pro League, where these guys will play every single Saturday, and at the end of every month we come together for a Challenger Cup finals, where the 4 highest general placing players of their respective regions across both consoles at the end of every month will play in the Challenger Cup finals, which we're broadcasting right now for the CIS players. We're going to have the EU bracket afterwards, and then obviously after that it's going to be North America taking over with both North America and Latin America, all of which is going to be broadcast on PS4, but we have Xbox One going on behind the scenes as well.
I think that's one of the interesting things about Challenger Cup, though, is it's once again sort of separated those player bases into their own individual leagues. So obviously for the Pro League for Europe, we have CIS in Europe every week. They play against each other in the same one, and we find that Sakron does really well. We've had Arzu doing really well. Vladdy again had a really good showing for the first couple of weeks. But again, it's watching EU versus CIS all the time. Whereas this time, this is very much more of a, well, I'd say traditional Season 2 almost match here, Dangos versus Doc.
Now, because of the Challenger Cup broadcasting the players that didn't just quite make the cut and were knocked out by some of the killers trying to get into top 8, we've heard nothing but good things about Doc's Ronin, and we are just about to see it. So I wonder if he's got anything cool in the line. I mean, I don't really feel like Takeda really struggles against Kotal Khan, especially in Ronin, because just the sheer amount of pressure that Ronin can apply. I mean, the back 2 being slightly slower isn't a huge deal. Not ready for the air-to-air, though. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Oh, no, we get hit by the first. I mean, that's it. The first opportunity Dangus had to wake up, he woke up, and Doc has to recognize that early. Because it's a 3 out of 5 set, you have plenty of time to adapt. But against Kotal Khan, you have, like, the matches will be quick, because he's going to take a lot of health away when he hits you.
Always going to try and go for the plus frames. That's one thing to bear in mind, guys. When Ronin Takeda goes for, right there, the quick call, if he uses that at the end of some chunky normals and strings, he can be plus on block. And you can kind of enforce a lot of mix-up options after that. However, against Kotal Khan, you can always armor tries to anti-air. He's definitely not going to break, and he's going to keep all of that bar. Ronin with 3 bars is a very, very dangerous character in the game.
But only if he can get himself going. Oh, no, that was a wonderful reaction.
Now, that was a waste of meter completely. He only got 1 single hit. Oh, nice anti-air, though. That's going to be a conversion, just stopping the damage. Nice poke just to catch him. Hard knockdown on the back forward, too. And here comes the pressure. Goes for low. Doesn't quite toss the blade.
Keeps himself in.
That's one of the things in the heat of tournament is accidentally throwing the blade, and speaking of that, does actually get the low, but I think because the positioning, normally that gives you a full combo doing the back 3 into that.
Now that's one thing we're always going to point out with Takeda, the forward 1-2 2-4 string. You have to be so careful when completing that string on whiff, because if it misses them or they get a nice jump over, you're going to be so punishable. So you really have to be ready to confirm that if it's going to work or not.
Nice hit confirm into the back forward 2 once again just to get the hard knockdown. No wake up from Dangus, but again, Doc not committing into the full string. Plus frames again, he's going to armor. Tries to go for the forward 3 just to try and crush it. Nice armor break there. That's one of the strings. Oh, no. Doesn't convert the full combo. He's still alive. What's going on?
That was very, very almost slipped through Doc's fingers there, but manages to bring the round back 1-1. Very even on meter right now as well. We saw Dangus do quite a few less armored reversals there. I mean, I'm just not even going to say anything about that one.
Now, the thing about... Oh, that's a nice conversion. That's one of the strengths of Ronin now, is the 2-1 will cause some kind of restand situation. Oh, and he catches the jump back 1-1. Very strong string. Nice read on the jump. Oh, that's going to be big damage. Hard knockdown into, again, 1 forward dash. Doc, I think Dangus just
and there's the
too many.
But no punish manages to keep himself in the game though. Doc lets him live, and that's going to be game. There's no way he's going to drop this one now, and that's going to be a clean game one to Doc.
Dangus is playing exactly the same way against Doc as he was against Stozen. It just so happens that Doc, when you're going to play a character like Ronin, what is the #1 go-to option an opponent is going to try and do if you have an armored reversal against Ronin? What is the #1 thing they're going to try and do? This is trivia. This is quiz time. Quiz time.
I'm not trying to understand the question. Go say it again.
I'm just going to explain it because this is lost. This is horrendously lost.
I feel like it's partly down to how you said it more than my answer.
Well, what I was going to say was, if you're going to play Ronin Takeda, the #1 way an opponent is going to try and escape your pressure, especially after the quick call, is to armored reversal. A character like Kotal Khan that has a really good,
I thought you were talking about Takeda's.
Oh, maybe I need to work on my questioning.
I'm completely blaming you for that one, but you are right. Obviously, if you've got a character with cancels that you know, if they mistime them, obviously they can take some armor for it. You're going to want to do that, but Doc recognized it and baited it every time. But the thing is, Takeda has the range to a lot easier punish the armor reversal from Kotal Khan in comparison to Jackie.
Oh, he stands up right as the 4 comes out, so it's still going to help Dangus enforce those plus frames, even though the 1-1 whiffed, and that's going to be a very, very quick round. Nice use of the down 4-2, just to keep Doc in the corner as well.
But even
flawless
just for that,
victory.
wow, flawless victory, 37% as well. I mean, again, just goes back to just how hard this character hits. Oh, and that was such a nice reaction. Dangus is ready. Makes you almost wonder if he's just constantly buffering the input for that move and is just ready to react with the button every time.
I mean, if you're going to use it as much as Dangus is, you better be able to convert off it. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean,
oh, nice anti-air.
I mean, Dangus is ready. Like, fundamentally, he's doing the right things. And just like I say, his anti-airing, a wonderful try to confirm there. Doc recognized, and again, just the reactions from Dangus.
I'm pretty sure every single ounce of damage in that game came from Meteor Burn Sword.
But it was all reactions.
Yep, it was all using it. It was all using it in a situation which was better than the first game. You know, using it in a situation where, okay, if I'm going to react to it and take it when the damage is guaranteed, rather than just using it on block. You know, I think it's an interesting start. I don't think I've seen a War God Kotal Khan player use the Meteor Burn overhead as much as Dangus is right now, and it's an interesting situation because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But he's sticking with his guns pretty much the entire time. Doc, I think, he wasn't very patient at all in that game. He just jumped in a couple of times, didn't respect the Meteor Burn. I mean, that's how he won game 1, right? Was punishing the Meteor Burn sword, and that time he didn't do it a single time.
But that was the adjustment. In game 1, Dangus was doing it on a read or trying to interrupt things, and he was getting baited for it and punished accordingly. Game 2, he was just saving it for reactions. And if you're reacting, then what do you do on the other side? You just stop doing the moves, and right there, looks like Dangus has again gone back to his old ways, and he's going to get a big punish for it. I'm not quite sure exactly how much he's going to do, but 30% leaves him standing.
Oh, and that's going to be hit confirm into the back forward too. Now the danger is the blade's still on the floor, so Doc is still going to be able to enforce those plus frames. Oh, Dangus tries to press something again. Just I don't think I've ever seen so many reversals. Oh no, very, very bad wake up there.
But that was Dangus's only bar. I mean, it worked, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's clearly working for him every now and then. But I mean, it's a question of oh, that was a wonderful backdash using invincibility. The backdash to keep himself safe.
But
there.
Dangus has a bar. I was just about to say, I've never seen so many overhead sword strikes. This is absolute mayhem. What is going on?
Fool me once, shame on me.
But he just doesn't stop. Like I
don't. No, was it? Where's that phrase? It's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, stop doing Meteor Burn Sword.
Yep, that's about right. Oh, and he gets he could have got a lot more damage than that situation, but he's going to opt to take the 25%. Meteor Burn Sword again. He's going to go for the punish. Big damage, spending a bar on that.
Oh, catches the backdash. That was nice.
That was a read and a half, but it is going to work out for him. Now, that was 100% because he read the backdash, and he knows that Kotal Khan hasn't got the best backdash in the world, so he wasn't able to dodge the Meteor Burn Sword kill. Oh, back one's going to challenge. Nice conversion. That's not going to be a trade combo as such, but I think Dangus, once again, trying to press a button. He has the Meteor Burn Sword. Oh. Was that Meteor Burn Sword that didn't come out, Mustard? Was that what the down one was?
Possibly. I'm not quite sure. I mean, he doesn't have the bar, so I'm not quite... Oh no, I'm actually talking about Dangus. I mean, they've both got Meteor Burn Sword attacks. It's kind of hard to see what you mean. You have to stop calling it Meteor Burn Sword, because they've both got swords.
That's a lightsaber.
It's a sword.
Oh, speaking of swords, again, doing it again. Dangus getting so many good reads on this.
I mean, the Ward God, is that even a sword? Does that count as a sword? I'd call it more of a mace with spiky bits on it.
If you look at the combat class, there is a specific name for that sword, actually, that I cannot remember.
Osh-Tech sword.
Oh, here we go. This could be dangerous. Is he going to go for Meteor Burn? He isn't. Is he going to recall? Oh, he's going to catch it. No hit confirm me up. That could have been a full combo. What's going to come?
That's still going to be. He has 2 bars. He can burn them both.
That's going to be death. That is absolutely death.
Wow, wonderful stuff.
Thank you, NetherRealm, for the Ronin buffs on that 2-1.
I mean, again, Dangus... It kind of, as soon as he has to start defending, that's where he's in trouble. Because when Dangus hasn't got bar, like, that reversal is kind of all of where his defense is really coming from. So when he hasn't got a bar, he kind of seems a little bit lost.
To be honest, I completely agree. I think in this situation, if you've got a reversal that is as strong as the War God Kotal Khan overhead sword smash,
so what you're saying
you kind of need to learn to defend without... I mean, there's always going to be a time, because it's resource heavy, there's always going to be a time where you don't have that ready. You don't have it available. So it's exactly as you said. When he's on the back foot with nothing, his defense seems to be a little bit, I will say, lacking. Like, he's getting opened up by a lot of very basic things.
The problem is, and to quote what you said earlier on, Dangus has been doing rock all day, and now Doc's starting to finally go for paper, and it's working. But Doc's still sticking with the rock, and that's where his problems are lying from.
There's the back one. I mean, technically you can actually reversal that, but I think Dangos being a little bit in the super obvious situation of interrupting the plus frames. He's not going for it. Oh, and he does commit. I think Doc just randomly getting caught by the back 1-4. Not sure why he got tagged by that. That's going to hurt big time. Ooh!
Now it's just a meatless wake up. That's the thing. Like, as soon as you see him in the air on your wake up and you've got some kind of like really high hitting attack, then you can do that sort of thing quite freely. Same with like Kano's up ball. If you're not going to scout it, you're going to jump on like on a later wake up, then you are going to eat that for free.
Doc unfortunately is going to drop the 2-1, which allowed Dangos to get that tech roll into overhead as a complete punish. I could have been a jump back. That's going to be a full hit confirmed, but he has nothing on the ground. He's going to go for plus frames again. What's Dangos going to do to try and escape? He's going to respect the back one. Respect the back one. No anti-air. Not ready. Stagger into the grab. He's going to build a bar. Are we going to see a repeat of game number 1? Oh, he tried. Why?
He had no health. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Dangos, I mean, it's not working. He has to stop going for that sword all the time. It's just straight up not working anymore.
Oh, he's going to catch the NJP as well. Going to go for big... Oh, that's a nice conversion, actually. Respectable damage, 34%. Oh, and he's done it again, but he's blocked it. Oh, no, Doc.
I'm telling you, man, paper beats rock.
He's going to go for plus frames, run into the grab. He finally gets the tech. I'm not sure what that was for. Did he try and down one? Is that what it was? Oh. There's the 50-50 again on the overhead. Oh, he's going to get tagged. Oh, he's going to get tagged again.
Got him blocking. Is the bomb
no anti-air. That could have been an anti-air, but he didn't take it. Uh-oh. Oh,
that's death.
no.
That's death. That's straight up death. Doc's probably not going to drop this, and that's going to be clean. Doc's going to be... Wow. And the brutality as well to just...
So...
Take those legs away.
I mean... Something has to be said about what we just saw there. So... Stozen versus Dangos was... Well, we said he's sticking to the same playstyle, and... It arguably probably shouldn't have worked. I think Stozen made some really bad judgment calls in the final game. Not to Dangos's, you know, fault. Like, it was... Stozen made some bad calls, right? It is what it is. That game was a lot more reminiscent of it didn't work, so he just had to stop doing it, and he didn't. He was too stubborn. Like, you can't use a reverse like that as much of a crutch as he was using it, and it really started to punish him in the end, big time.
Well, before he had the safety of the winner's bracket, but now he's in the loser's bracket. If he loses another set like that, he is going to be going home and will not be able to win today. So he has to be careful. At this point, normally, if you're banking on them not sort of overthinking and thinking you're going to be conditioned to stop doing something, if you want to ride on that, go ahead. But if you think it's going to work for a whole tournament, it probably isn't. So he really is just going to have to twitch it up, or I do see him quite convincingly going home.
Well, that's the thing. It was a 3-2 set in the women's bracket, and just right there, that's what it came down to. That is exactly what it came down to, where the reality was Doc just started going, well... Sometimes in a situation where someone's going to be so reversal heavy, there's kind of
just got to block.
There's an added mind game to it a lot of the time. It's like if you acknowledge that the opponent, like it's like when you would see so many Kung Laos go for wake up grab or wake up jump because the meter burn spin is so obvious. They know that you're respecting it, so it's a I know that you know that I know situation. That is exactly what that could have turned into, but it just never went past the, well, I'm just going to block the reversal and then win the set on that. It didn't surpass that point. So, I mean, Doc just very basically defending that and moving on to grand finals.
If that's the comparison that you're trying to make, well, think of it this way. Kung Lao players would know it was a threat, so they wouldn't do it all the time. They do it enough to keep it a threat, but they wouldn't do it all the time. If you do it all the time, then it stops being a read and just be straight up, I'm going to block.
There's going to be no mind game there. So, guys, we have our first grand finalist of the night, which is going to be Doc. Huge congratulations to him. We're going to go to a quick break while we set up our lower bracket matches, so don't go anywhere.